It's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news. At Paul Brown Stadium, that's where we're at here in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington football team and the Cincinnati Bengals. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
That this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here's Haskins to throw. And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Good go.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams...
Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 30-yard line, 2nd and 12. Burrow looking to pass. His throw caught right around the 6. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. First and goal from just inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. From 4 yards out, and the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future as they... And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And this This return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
First and 10.
Man, we see a lot of quarterbacks try and do this. They get out of the pocket, they get in trouble, and they try and force the ball into their star receiver to make a play, sometimes whether he's open or not. And I think this time, it was definitely an or not.
Burrow's pass.
No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Mixon, the ball carrier.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, Burrow. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Now Joe Mixon. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10. At the 14.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. That's out to the left and complete. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Dustin Hopkins on for the field goal. A 28-yard.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They'll run on 1st down. Chambers. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down.
22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Now a give, right side. It's Chambers. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Now Haskins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. Here's Tresley now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. 1st down. Here's Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Bengals add on to their lead. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on the stress on your offense.
He'll buy some time right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. He got out of the pocket there. Was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling. His receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, Burrow got a man open. It's Ross. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 8 on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Bengals 21, Washington nothing. Dustin Hopkins set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On second down, it's Chambers. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
And the Washington first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And 11 at the Bengals' 45-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins, he's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Chambers. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Just make these babies cry all the way back.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
This one out quickly to Westbrook. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Haskins. He completes it to Westbrook.
Haskins pass.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's third down.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On third and short to give to the tight end. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 39. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Mixon with a first down carry. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards that time in the Cincinnati first down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact. But in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Mike Gesicki as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
Yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Final play of the half. It's Haskins. He's going to let it go again. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The Bengals drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Again, it's Mixon. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Steps away to his left. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Haskins on third down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
For the field goal. A 53-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Ball carrier.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Once again, they run with Mixon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3rd and 6.
From the gun on third down is Burrow. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Looking to throw, Haskins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. With a lot of the media, Charles, ourselves included, starting to prep those MVP ballots, you wonder if last week's performance, which he admitted was not very good, if that hurt him at all coming down the stretch.
Less than 50 yards on the ground in last week's game that you referenced, and let's face it, if he has another game like that, we'll erase him from the MVP discussion. He won't even be talked about anymore. He has to bounce back with 100+ in this one in order to stay in that race.
On second down now, Mixon. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Burrow now off the bootleg. Going deep downfield for Ross. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Bengals 35. Washington, nothing.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Their own 22-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Haskins. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Tressway now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 43. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 13.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Chase Young in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 25-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Down at the 33-yard line. An 8 yards pickup.
They go play action now. Haskins, they'll roll him out right. The open man is Westbrook. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 yards the pickup, first down Washington.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, it's Haskins. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get on the clock.
And to give this time to the tailback. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
He was brought down by...
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is, he takes care of the ball well for them.
And yet again, Haskins is intercepted. 3rd time. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Pretty shifty footwork, but didn't buy him much. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 34-yard line.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
They'll stay on the ground, mix it again. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
That's good.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game. He's moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Chase Young. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he takes it all the way down to the 3.
Complete.
A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards.
3-yard line.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Haskins will throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Bengals, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for Washington, they drop their 11th game now on the year. And it will be a disappointing finish to the regular season, no doubt.